Hi, everybody. Welcome to the 2 Hour Track Challenge. Piano's working? Okay. Hey, Zelgreth, how you doing? I'm going okay today, so far. I don't know where I was going with that. So today I don't have much of a plan. I have 2 ideas. First of all, I was messing around earlier this week. I was messing around with a Reactor plugin called Metaphysical Function. I posted a video which it makes some crazy sounds. Selkrith, yes. Could be better. So I want to mess with this some more. And then I realized this actually does take samples down here. And I was thinking about trying to sample an old like vinyl. Like I have all these records back there, and I realized that I've never actually used them. Making some simple album covers for my personal. Yeah. That sounds like fun. Danny Joe is now hosting the studio with one viewer. Thank you so much for the host, Danny. So that's my plan. I am not sure how well all of this is going to work, but hey, you gotta start somewhere, and we can see where it goes from there. But we've got another minute or two before things get rolling, so although really I could just start early. That was bad. Okay. So my first thoughts are to try to grab some vinyl stuff, and I'm thinking my vinyls are all over the place. I got thanks pizza. I think a lot of that's descending thirds. A lot of the vinyls I have are kind of just like EDM or dance or stuff, but I did get a lot of stuff from my grandma when she passed away, and that's a lot more older music, I guess is the kinder way of putting it. So what I'm going to do is to try to skirt around the idea of getting content ID'd. I'm just going to basically put on the record and just place the needle down in like 4 or 5 spots for each song. Oh, the screw up. Thanks. And see exactly what happens with that. And that way I'll have some interesting samples that aren't necessarily controlled. So I'm just going to hit record on that. It's going to record my voice, but I won't be talking when I'm over there. So I'll be back in a second. I'll show you the record. Did I start the timer? I didn't start the timer. Dang it. Okay, timer start. So I grabbed a random one. This is Floyd Kramer on the Rebound. I don't know at all what this is, but hopefully it's kind of what I'm looking for. I'm going to turn on my speakers so I can actually hear this. And I think you should be able to hear this too. Okay. That's all I wanted from there. Sorry, the sound cutting out. Oh, did Audacity not pick? Audacity is having some problems. Yeah, I can normalize it, but Audacity seems to be running into some mental issues right now. Let's see if I can export this before it crashes. Audio. If this doesn't work, that's fine. I can, yeah, and I'll just normalize it. Audio? Oh my god, my desktop's so messy right now. I've been making buttons for our state fair. And, kind of what I'm looking for. That's me. Okay. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I have some samples. I'll see if I can extract anything from there. But the other thing, there's, like I said, there's two things I wanted to do. I wanted to use the metaphysical function, which I guess I'll load up now. It's a contact library, not a contact. It's a reactor library that I found. And this basically just does weird and crazy stuff. Yeah. Like this. Oh, but that's not the right one, though. I think the initialized one is in here. Yeah, it starts initialized onto a pad. Oh, here it is. Okay, so this is what it sounds like with nothing on it. Hey, pizza. If I remember correctly, if I set this to 60, that's C. Okay, so I'm going to turn this off because this runs on its own clock, so it basically does whatever it wants. So it's always running. So I'm just going to turn off all the inputs right now. What I want to do is I want to mess with the because this is a really cool granulized sampler in here. So I want to take one of these samples and then dump it in there and then mess around with it. So speaking of normalization, burp. It has my fan running in the background from this microphone. And I want something that's a little bit more, yeah, kind of like this. And now I just have to remember how to get that sample in there. It's a little bit of a process. Yeah, so I think I have to export it. Sample. That's how you spell sample, right? And then I'll just drop it right in here right now, Show and Explorer. And I'll move it around later. It's fine. Hey, look at that. I've spent 5 minutes messing with this already. Okay, so I can go into here. This is a bit of an experience, or an experiment for me, I guess. There is an edit button somewhere. Here we go. So I need to go in here and I need to actually input it, and then we can finally use it. Hey, Jank, how you doing? Okay, so now I just got to find it in here. Here it is. Oh, I have to set it to loop as well. How do you do that? Waveform. Loop. There we go. There we go. Okay, so that's the first part. So let's add some stuff over this now. So this, for those who aren't familiar, this is I'm just gonna mute it for a second. A little bit, yeah. So what metaphysical function is I found it on Saturday, and I've been trying to mess with. Oh, yeah, look, my printer's almost out of ink. I've been trying to mess with it a little bit, and it just does so much weird stuff. But the real meat of it comes. I'm gonna mute that because that gets annoying. It comes from all of the automation that you can do for this. Like each one of these knobs is completely independently automated. So let me get like a resonant chord on here, which basically runs it through a resonator. I'm just kind of grabbing stuff at random right now. See, we're gonna make some ambient music today. Feels like it's ruining good mood. Oh, good music. Yeah, I'm sorry that this is actually here. How about this? Let me I am going to do something a little different. I'm going to black out the monitor just a second. Monitor capture. Display capture. Zoomed. I apologize for that. I know my setup is kind of janky. Cause since I'm going to be in here for a little bit, I figure that's worthwhile. There's more ambient music. Yeah, and that's kind of the plan. I wanted to make some ambient music with this thing. Janky hambrams. So there's these global pitches that I can mess with. Oh, right, I turned that off. So what I can do now is I can go in and record this. It's not recording. All right, I have to record it like this. So now this is recording my movements. There we go. So I'll do that with this one. So, and then I'll do the pitch bend. So this is kind of going between a suspended chord and a non-suspended chord. Okay. I honestly don't know what I'm doing, but it's fun. It kind of resets every time I do this. Yeah, and that's kind of the plan, Jank. we go. It's a little bit more chill. Of course, I can also do the cutoff here, which I'm totally going to do. Once I get enough into this, since this is kind of just always running, I will likely just set up oh, this got moved somehow. That's probably my bad. I'm sorry. I also need to change the timer because for some reason that's off. Yeah, whatever. Doesn't matter. I will probably just set up another channel and record this audio straight out, and then I can process it more. This feels very left channel heavy for some reason. So actually, before I do anything else, I'm going to put a utility on this and kind of normalize the audio a little bit. I'm going to make it a little bit more centered. Or was that because of this? These are like tape delays, so this might be the problem. No, these are both pitch. I messed with this a while already. I know they're both pitch, but it's a good guess. You can actually tie these to MIDI too if you wanted to go. If you wanted to go that route, I could also get some like binaural. Set up an auto pan for like binaural. Okay, so there's that, and I can start working on this other side over here, which is basically an entirely second processor. And then oh, interesting. So what this does is you can either have an A plus B or A times B, and since B is mostly 0 over here, it kind of negates a lot of stuff. I'm kind of learning this as I go here. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I have this now, so I am going to set up basically a resampling channel here. Yeah, it really is. So I'll record that, and I'll just keep messing with this. I'll get like 5 minutes or something of recording, maybe even less than that. But what I can do actually with this is I can tie the MIDI to this, I think. Maybe not. Oh, I have to cue it up. There we go. Sounds like a voice almost. So I'm thinking that at some point I want to make an ambient album out of this. I think that would be really cool. Because like I'm probably using like 60% of this thing. Okay. I'm gonna cut it off though, because otherwise I will just sit here forever and mess with it. So I'm going to just put that up here. I'm going to make both of these black, be like, there we go, I used them. Get rid of these. Keep the piano. Visualization, yeah. Okay, so we have... Oops, I have all this automation that I recorded. I don't need that. Yeah, I know, right? I think it got kind of cool like that. So I guess I'll just leave this playing for a second while I figure some other stuff out. I want to stick with 4/4 time this time. I've been doing some weird time signatures lately, but... Oh, hi. How long have you been sitting there? Oh, okay. That's fine. She's gonna have some too, I wonder. Yeah, that's why that thing's sorry. Oh, they showed up? Okay, good. That's fine. I'll be right here. Have fun petting the kitty. I'm sorry. I didn't even know you were sitting there. Oh, to me? Okay. That is the wife and the cat. I don't have that full of a conversation with just a cat. So, I'm thinking... Yeah, like 80 beats per minute. Or so. And then I'm just going to take this chunk. And then we can use this kind of just as a palette to pull from later. So... Now let's beat the crap out of it. That's the fun part, right? Yeah. Nice. So, so this sounds pretty cool. Like that, but once we accentuate it with some drums, some drams, I'm thinking this is an auto pan. So basically if you basically what an auto pan does is it takes both the left and the right channel and it just kind of raises and lowers the volume, so it gives the feeling that it's panning from left to right, but really all it's doing is raising and lowering the volume. However, if you change the phase of that so they're both raising and lowering at the same time, which is what I'm doing, then you can basically stutter the sound. And I do this a lot, but I absolutely love this effect because it's so much fun and you can do so many cool things with it. Let's see, can I find something over here that works well at like 80 BPM? These are usually pretty crappy. I bought this a long time ago. Let's see what that sounds like. It's way too bassy. It is pizza. It is tempo synced because I set the LFO to go for quarter notes right down here, so it is tempo synced. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep this, even though I'm not a big fan of the beat. If I just take the top parts here. And then I can get a better sample for the actual drum kit. I go back to this Roland 808 set a lot, but, you know, can you really blame me? I hope you can't blame me. So we go like this. It's a great kit. I don't like that sound, so switch is right here. Actually, this is probably better. So if anybody has suggestions on what to do, I would love to hear them, because right now I'm just kind of turning random knobs and seeing what happens. Sure. I don't think it's that that noticeable, but it couldn't hurt. Bam. Ooh, that's not a bad idea. I like that. Okay. I wanted to make sure I had 3 different tones here. Nah, Danny, I think I got what you mean. Keep lowering until it's uncomfortable. That's... No, well, yeah, if you wanted to send me something, I'd love to hear what you think, but I think I know what you're saying. Basically just have this might work better as a which sounds kind of weird until you put a delay, and I have a feeling I'm just going to want a global reverb on here right now, so I'm going to do the standard Valhalla room. I'm going to change this a little bit this time around. Advanced deepness. That just sounds like a movie that you'd find in the back of a video store. Might not be it, but it's still cool. Yeah. Oh, that's so low. This song is weird. So one thing that not a lot of people know about the drum rack inside of Ableton is that you actually have a return track. Oh, it's okay, Danny. You actually have a return track directly in here. So if I wanted to just put a ping pong and a reverb on the on that, I'm able to, which is actually really cool. So I'm going to do that. And then I think that is sends, yeah. So we have these 3. Although it doesn't seem to be working. Oh, it's off. Or maybe I did this wrong. I know it's worked in the past. You have a familiar style. Hey, I'm okay with that. I actually really just like this by itself too. I don't, yeah, what's up? It's okay.
Did you punch out those dog ones?
The dog ones? No, I haven't done any of the new ones yet.
That's fine. That's fine. Those are a go, and I like the new ones that you did too.
All of them? Even the sorry one?
Oh, I think the sorry one's fantastic.
Okay, I didn't know if you'd like that one or not.
Nope, I think it's fantastic.
Okay.
Only because that is what we all do.
Oh yeah, no, it's very Minnesotan.
Yep.
So I've been making these buttons for the state fair, and I made one. I made this one, which If you're part of the Discord, people have been talking about how Minnesotan people talk, and that's pretty accurate. It could be Canadian as well. Yeah, you're right. I kind of just I kind of just like this beat. It's kind of dumb. Why you gotta say stuff like that, Zelgarth? It's so hurtful. Basically, yeah. I don't know about... I think Canada's not that great either for that kind of stuff. Oh. Hey, Luke. I guess we're doing a song in the major key today. The goal is to finish this this mess that I started, to clean up this mess, which, you know, is entirely intentional. I knew that things were going to kind of go like this, so I started with some kind of like a bed of ambient noise generated from stretching out a record along with a bunch of other stuff. I don't like that. I feel like this needs like some crazy distortion or something, but I think that that would just make it sound bad. Yeah, yeah, exactly, Caxon. Luke, I'm doing all right. Make it fade out in sort of a white noise sort of way. Just like that, right? Coming in the end of an old song and the nostalgia fading away from it. Are you talking about this sample, so we're just kind of left with this? Hell, that could be this one, Zelgrith. Let's add a couple more layers here and see if we can come up with something. I have thoughts, but I don't know if I know how to express them properly. No, guitar isn't what I wanted here. Yeah, what are you doing on Twitch? I know YouTube was having some problems connecting, but clearly it seems to be working now. How about I did a poll on Twitter a while ago asking if I was using my pocket operators too much, and people said no, and I have a feeling that I'm going to make them regret that answer eventually. The water phone. Oh, yeah, I could do that too. Alright, I need to actually set up a channel for it, don't I? I don't know how to do vocals. Take care, Zell. I don't know what I'm doing. Techno evasion really slow. Yeah. It's even in key. Wow, I don't have rhythm today. There we go. Okay. That's kind of weird, but that works. It's okay. Well, don't type so fast. What are we? Oh my god, I've spent a lot of time doing this so far. Oh, I'm sorry, Pizza. This is the Pocket Operator Tonic. This is what I was playing with. It is the Pocket Operator's version of a drum machine. Yeah, voice acting is fun. I forgot. This is not relevant to this at all anymore, but I did record.
You know, the bottom line with all of this, whether it's performance,
Jim Carrey,
or it's sculpture, is love. We want to show ourselves.
Now, let me bring this in. I recorded this. I stole this from a video that I saw this morning that was like a preview for this documentary about Jim Carrey and like his painting and stuff, and it's really cool. And I totally forgot about it until right now. I don't think it fits, but let's just toss it in and see what happens. Okay. Warp. I'm going to stretch it out a little bit because I feel like it needs to. And then I'm going to compress it. Actually, multi-band compressor is probably a better idea because I want the mids and the highs, but not the lows. And it's really quiet. So after that, just a regular compressor.
You know, the bottom line with all of this, whether it's performance or it's art or it's sculpture, is love.
That actually works fairly well.
You know, the bottom line with all of this, whether it's or it's art or it's sculpture, is love. You know, the bottom line with all of this, whether it's performance or it's art or it's sculpture, is love. We want to show ourselves and have that be accepted. I love being alive. And
Jim Carrey's awesome, by the way.
People that are different have a shot at being original. You know, they got motivation too. You know, they got motivation.
Yeah, some of this you can't really use, but this intro part before all the other background stuff comes in might work really well, actually. So let's run with it and see what happens. So I'm just going to toss this over to the side. Maybe we can use it later, but this little monologue is pretty cool.
You know, the bottom line.
Okay, so the problem is that I'm granulizing this quite a bit.
You know, the bottom line with all of this, whether it's performance or it's art or it's sculpture, is love. Bottom line with all of this, whether it's performance or it's art or it's sculpture.
David, yeah, I hear ya. I mean, I started a long time ago. When I started doing music, it was all like ambient stuff, and I actually used sheet music to write things out. And then suddenly I'm doing this quasi-ambient.
You know, the bottom line with all of this, whether it's performance or it's art or it's sculpture, is love.
Okay, so I'm going to take that, take this. So we'll have two loops here. Get rid of that and put this in black too. I don't want to see that. So before I got distracted with that, I was actually going to try to make like a lead instrument that just kind of floated around.
You know, the bottom line with all of this, whether it's performance or it's art or it's sculpture, is love.
A little too much vibrato.
Is love.
That's kind of cool.
You know, the bottom line.
That's actually pretty accurate. So, this song is going to be weird today. That needs to last longer, but touching the fuzzy of love. That's pretty funny, actually. So what I have to do here is I have to reset the input, because otherwise it's going to do this crazy pitch bend down every time. Pizza, no, I like it. I'm just, you know what? Yeah, okay, we'll do it. Oh, hi, kitty. I know, your mom left for a little bit. Okay, hop up and make this very uncomfortable. She sits on the arm of my chair right here. Let me just... She sits on the arm of my chair right here, so I can't rest my arm on anything. And I don't want to, like, kick her off, but, it's very uncomfortable. Oops. But she likes sitting next to me. I can't complain. Okay, so the snare should really not... That's like the second layer of drums. God, cat, I can't use my computer. Yeah, that's an option. Okay, so I'm just going to keep duplicating this out right now. I have a feeling that we're going to need to do a lot of noodling. She probably wouldn't stay there, but I can try. Okay, kitty. Time to move. Ugh. You going to stay there? You going to stay there and be happy? I think she'd rather make me uncomfortable. I realized that we're not using our ambient thing anymore. Of course, now that I put her there, I need to go and get my shaker, because my shaker's important for this, because I need another layer. So you just stay right here and come along for the ride. Okay. No, you're okay. You made it back. There you go. Perfect. You can't see that. I also realize that when I talk, It shows up, or it'll be heard on the microphone. So most of this can't be used because I was talking. So if anybody has like things that might be cool to say or do, or just kind of have something else in here, I'd love to hear them. Okay, my voice, you can't hear my voice, so that's fine. And then just go like this, because the first one always sucks. Yeah, David, there's a lot out there. Try to find the cheap stuff first, though. Because there is a lot of quality cheap stuff out there, too, as much as people would like you to believe there isn't. There it is. But Steam Greenlight doesn't exist anymore. And people are losing their goddamn minds over it. Which they shouldn't. Yeah, it's Steam Direct. There's no more public voting process or anything. You pay $100 and your game gets on Steam. I think that there is an internal vetting process, but it seems a lot more lax than people would prefer. But people need to chill the hell out. Steam has never been good at posting quality games, especially when it comes from independent developers. Obviously, there's good stuff out there, but... And they owe me a broken game. Yeah. Tammany Hall. Welcome to the studio. Thank you so much for the follow. I owe you a little bit of piano, which I think would be a nice little brain break from what we've been doing. That's not a chord. I can't remember where that GIF came from, JJ. I think it was from like a follow or like somebody hosted me. Yeah, it was. No, it was a minor flat. Yeah, a minor flat 9. So yes, it was technically a chord, but it was not the one I wanted to play. Okay.
Love.
Yeah, David. I'm glad I got my game greenlit just because it makes me feel like an accomplishment. But I'm glad that people have more access to Steam. Like Steam has been a problem. And I think the biggest problem people seem to have with Steam right now is the fact that their games are getting buried with all the trash that's coming out. And it's like, well, first of all, Steam has been releasing trash for a long time. A lot of good games too, of course, but a lot of trash, and things get buried really fast. And second, if you depend on Steam to sell your games, if you depend on Steam, like organically people finding your game through Steam, you have a problem in itself. And you can't rely on Steam to market your game because that's not their job. Right, I was going to name this song, Touching the Fuzzy of Love. Yeah, Jay, and I think it's just because people have nothing better to talk about right now. It's just like, oh, like everything's ruined, Steam is going away. And it's like, no, it's not going away. It's just different now. The music at the end of a rave. I'm okay with that.
Love.
I kind of want to like take this and add like some. Well, yeah, Jay, it is a problem, but I mean, part of the onus of that is on the consumer. Like, I understand that, yeah, it's an asset flip and it should be better monitored, and hopefully Steam will like create a vetting process of their own. But it's not like Greenlight was stopping that stuff from going in anyway. Like, Greenlight was a system, and it's so easy to game any kind of system. Okay, pizza. I would love to hear it, and I'm looking forward to it. I mean, and the problem is people are putting so much pressure on Steam to like fix it, just fix it. And really, the problem is the developers, and you're not going to stop the developers from making bad games or asset flips or, you know, low quality, low effort games, because that's always going to happen. Like, I don't know. Everybody's at fault to some degree here, but I don't think Steam is not really the one that should be targeted the most for this. I hope that they do filter out the bad games and like encourage people that are just doing asset flips to actually try, but it's not going to happen because it takes too much time and effort. I don't know what I'm doing here. That doesn't work. Well, yeah, Jay, they do. And I think that they are planning on having independent people like start reviewing that stuff. But the problem is now it's subjective. Like, oh, is this an asset flip or is this just a really bad game? And maybe it's one and the same, but that's a little better. I don't know what I'm doing with this song. It's a lot of fun, though. Yeah, David, I don't know if that actually works too, but I guess if they make a crap game and they sell, 10 copies at $20 each, they made their money back. So I guess it's worth it. I think it's dumb too, but I think all platforms have that problem. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And I was very strongly in favor of the fee being like $1,000 to join, to like get on Steam Direct, because first of all, if you make that $1,000 back, they start recouping that fee, from what I understand. Secondly, it's also a litmus test for people who are wanting to put their game on Steam. They can go to Indiegogo, they can go to Kickstarter, they can actually crowdfund the Steam fee. And that would allow you to be like, okay, people are actually interested in this game. I should continue working on it and actually release it. Instead of just like, oh, it's $100. I mean, yeah, it's like there's problems all over the place, and I definitely don't have all the answers. This is going to sound weird. Not as weird as I thought it was going to. So I have this like global pitch bend for these. That's like some postal service shit right there. That's pretty funny. Oops, this is supposed to be up. Okay, so this is the first layer. I'm glad you like it, Em. This is just super weird. Needs more EQ.
You know, the bottom line with all of this, whether it's performance or it's art or it's sculpture, is love.
Yeah, that's what I was going for, Em. I know that there's some conflicting, like, layered, like, chords, which is actually really cool, but I'm just kind of... This is one of those songs where I just kind of throw together things that I think sound neat together. And unfortunately, there isn't a whole lot of rhyme or reason to it, aside from just, that sounds cool. Let's do that. Okay, so what I want to do, I think, is a little bit of arranging. Not a whole lot right now, but the idea of just like having kind of a chill section right here. Yeah. So
line with all of this, whether it's performance or it's art or it's sculpture, is love.
okay, I really need to figure out why this isn't working, this ping pong delay. Because otherwise I'm gonna have to go away, Crowdfire. I hate that even though I like stopped using Crowdfire, it's still spamming me all the time. I don't know why it's not working. First of all, these are on the wrong ones again, but that shouldn't... There's sirens going on in the background. I should sample that. Oh, that's why. Okay, the reverb was killing it. That's my bad. That was my bad. I was dumb.
You know, the bottom line with all of this, whether it's performance or it's art or it's sculpture, is love.
That's pretty cool. It sounds too corny to do that, though.
Love.
But hey, doing corny songs is sometimes necessary, I guess. I don't know. To have like to repeat the word love over on this, but maybe what are you doing? How do you do that? It's repitch, I think. And then you can automate this. This is a weird little one weird trick inside of the So now it goes like it sounds like this. But it's too quiet, so I need to boost it up a bit. That was fun. Oh, this is recording. Duh. Okay, let's I mean, this is only the problem is that this has been like an hour and a half for us, or not an hour and a half, but hour and 15 minutes for us, but this is still like a minute of music. So what I want to do, I think, is I want to start kicking some ass and like just getting things blocked out here. So we have this, and then we're going to have like a B section that hopefully will change things around a little bit. And then let's just be like, okay, 2, 4, 6, 8, and then 2, 3, bam. Okay, so there are going to be a section here. Things are going to like come back right here, and then we'll work on this. I need to get something in here because right now it's driving me crazy, and I want to make sure that I actually have an end to this song. I'm also gonna get rid of that. I liked it, but it was getting in the way more than anything else. And okay, we might need some post-processing at the end here, just because I kind of want the whole thing to like just fade into reverb, and I guess I could just do that on the master channel, which of course is not advisable unless you know what you're doing, because you shouldn't mess with the master channel unless you know what you're doing. Hey Victor, how you doing? I will keep an eye out for it. Was it sent on to my email? Or was it sent elsewhere? I don't know where you sent it. Oh, there it is. Just a second. Download. Fuzzy 48, huh? Oh my god, why is it so small? There's a microphone jiggle.
That warm, fuzzy feeling of love.
Oh boy. Okay. Oops. It was very quiet, but that's partially because I have it on a channel with... Oh, there's no effects on this one. So we can put that in here like this.
That warm, fuzzy feeling of love.
There you go. There's a little bit of fan noise in the background I'm going to have to try to get rid of. So what I'll do is I'll just... yeah, it's okay. I don't mind. I can fix it super easy. Hopefully. And part of that's because I have all these weird dynamics and other things on it, so...
That warm, fuzzy feeling of love.
Okay, so let's try to do something completely different in this second section. So there's a little bit of a disparity between the two. Like we can try to keep the drums maybe, or maybe we can even mess with the drums a little bit too and like change up the rhythm to something like this. Actually, I like that a lot. Oh, gotcha. And I'm going to get rid of these because these are kind of like the A section kind of thing. Yeah. It's okay. There we go. So what should we do here? Yeah, see, I don't want to have that playing again. I kind of want to move away from that right now. Okay. Victor, these are the Roland 808 set kick and snare. Nothing too fancy, but I feel like they do the job pretty well right now. What could we do? What could we do? What could we do? Hmm. We could take that like little percussion thing and reverb alter D. I don't the character. Oh, yeah, like changing the reverb here to kind of alter how it sounds. That's not a bad idea. I don't really do stuff like that. I don't know. That might work. I need it up. I don't know. Unless we can do like a... like an interesting chord progression that's just like... I'm just going to record. It's not going to be to the beat yet. I want to make sure that I get this, though. Nope. Also, I'm not recording, am I? Oh, no, there it is. Okay. Hey, Guillaume. I don't think I said that right. Guillaume. I apologize. How are you doing today? Thanks for swinging by the stream. I'm floundering on this second section a little bit, which is okay. I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing, which, you know, doesn't really help anybody. But, you know, as always, if people have thoughts, I am definitely not the most knowledgeable person in the room when it comes to most of this stuff. I'm glad I got it almost right. That makes me pretty pleased. I try my best. It's okay. Oh yeah, let's get the timing right on those. That'd probably help too. I don't know if I like that, but it's a start. It's a start that we have 33 minutes to finish. Thanks. It's honestly kind of cool. I need to make it sound better. I was going to do something with this. Let's try the keys again. Okay, well, if M likes it, I know I'm in the right direction then. Little untuned. I don't know if I can untune this piano. That'd be kind of neat though. Tone. Doesn't really look like I can detune it that much. Keys, pedal, tuning. Oh, basic pitch. It's like I can bring it down by like a little bit. It's a start. Okay, okay. I think we're starting to formulate something here, which is a good thing. Once more layers are coming into the fold, it's a little easier to kind of see where things are going to go. I hope. So I'm thinking about adding like a couple little arpeggiations in here, and I think that should help. Yeah. Yeah. This should be right here. Not exactly as punchy as I wanted it, but it'll get there. It needs to be up an octave. And I need to get some saturation on it. By some saturation, I mean a lot of saturation. There we go. Yeah. Actually, I like when that was a little off. Okay, another layer. This one, if I can make it work in massive, that would be ideal. Yeah. So I have like this kind of bass that kind of grows up. Yeah, it's very descriptive, I know. Because right now this sounds like crap. But oh, first of all, that's way too fast. No restrictions in that regard. Just trying to finish the song at this point. I only got 27 minutes left. One would think so. Oh no, don't worry about it, man. Seriously, any kind of commentary is welcome as long as it's constructive. Yeah, I love questions. Is coherence something you look for? Effects, colors, style, like a style. Yes and no. Let me turn on the light. It's starting to get dark. Part of it is I kind of just, when I get to this point where it's like, oh, there's 25 minutes left, I better start doing stuff. I just start kind of flailing around, and hopefully I land on something that's kind of neat. And in this case, I kind of did, which is good. So it really depends. Like, there's definitely, like, the past 4 or 5 challenges have had a similar kind of theme to them, which is great. Like, I like those, but I don't go into it being like, okay, I'm going to do this style. Like, I came into this saying I'm going to sample some records, which I did, and then I brought those samples into a crazy granulizer, and I ended up with this sound. And then I worked on kind of turning that into the song, which is this part right here, and then we're kind of doing something else. So, yeah, I guess to answer your question, it's just kind of... Oops, that's what I want. Kind of whatever happens at the time. Yeah, and of course this recording will be available on YouTube, so you're welcome to go back and check out how it... The crazy start to this as well. Oops. Yeah, that's true. You usually can't watch it all right away, unfortunately. But no, that's what I wanted. Now I'm just manually adding stuff. I think that that'll work a little bit better in the short time that I have left. So I'm just doing some parallel thirds because they're cool. Until I do them wrong. What was I looking for? I think. Oops, copy paste. This is weird. Okay, the second part is I want to go in here and add a couple little flourishes right here. Yeah, that's what I thought. Actually, we can lower that. Maybe not. I want it to be hearable. So much echo. Yeah. This is not how I expected this to turn out. I kind of want to mess with this a little bit more. I wanted it to be a lot more kind of growly, but it still turned out kind of neat. But what happens if I just change this? It's too much. Okay, so this transition is still going to be kind of crap. Yeah, remember when the song sounded like this?
That warm, fuzzy feeling of love.
So it needs a little bit better of a transition. Which shouldn't honestly be too hard. I hope. Because we can just go like this. Meow. Yep. And then just kill the volume.
Fuzzy feeling of love.
So it's finding interesting ways of making sure these fade out without just cutting out, because that's important. And then we need to create like a transition sound. Usually I just do the little whoosh thing that I always do, and that's never failed me, and I think that that's probably the best way of doing it here. So just go, where did I put that? There it is. So it's so easy.
That warm, fuzzy feeling of love.
Just doot doot. I was a little late. That's okay.
That warm, fuzzy feeling of love. That warm, fuzzy feeling of love.
It's too much. Yeah, I like doing that. It works very well. Surprisingly well, actually. We need it again right here.
You know, the bottom line with all of this, whether it's performance or it's art or it's sculpture, is love.
I think I want to have one more loop before it fades out like that. Oops, that duplicated everything. So this needs to get moved over. Because having another loop will kind of allow things to breathe a little bit more. That's one of the problems I have with these challenges in general, is I make the songs too short because I'm so used to listening to the loop over and over and over that I just decide, okay, this song's done. Glory. Gabari. Thanks so much for the follow, man. Welcome to studio. I owe you a little bit of piano. A little bit of piano with 12 minutes left? That's fine. Well, that's just the intro to The Maker's Eden. Yeah, it's a good song. Where am I going? Thanks for the follow. Okay.
You know, the bottom line with all of this, whether it's performance or it's art or it's sculpture, is love.
Okay, so another thing I want to do is it's recording the wrong thing, isn't it? Get a little bit of that should help. Might need to lower the volume a little bit.
That warm, fuzzy feeling of love.
Yeah, this section actually turned out pretty good. It's a little empty over there.
You know, the bottom line with all of this, whether it's performance or it's art or it's sculpture, is
Thanks.
love.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird chord progression. I mean, it's just descending chords, but Okay, so it's a little empty right here, which isn't that bad, but I'm kind of thinking about maybe doing the opposite of that. Maybe. I know I don't have a whole ton of time left. There we go. I do.
You know, the bottom line with all of this, whether it's performance or it's art or it's sculpture, is love.
So that helps shore in this middle section a little bit. Thanks, pizza. And just kind of have these floating away. Okay, let's do quick mastering. Boop, there we go.
You know, the bottom line with all of this, whether it's performance or it's art or it's sculpture, is love.
Oh, that was easy. Nothing fancy for this one. I got 3 minutes. Let's do a little doodly do over here. Just a little extra one. I think that'll work. That was close. Yeah, this might not work. But, you know, whatever. I can always copy paste the other ones if it doesn't. Okay, it resolves. Fix that over here. There we go. All done. Sweet. Yes. So this is a pretty cool song. A very weird song, but a pretty cool one. That's what that's missing.
Or it's art, or it's sculpture, is
I knew it was something.
love.
Okay, I need to go back here. I forgot to bring the volume back up on this. That was dumb of me. I knew it was missing something. I knew it sounded super empty for some reason. I know, I'm still making edits even though the timer's over.
Love.
Dirty cheater.
is love.
There we go. Okay, now I'm done. Thumbs up. So weird. Neat. Okay, it goes till there. And then there's this second excerpt that I could try to use, but oh, right, let's just solo this and bring it over here so that the reverb isn't crazy.
We want to show ourselves and have that be accepted.
There's too much
being alive.
There's too much noise here.
People that are different have a shot at being original. You know, they got motivation too. You know, they got motivation.
I can try to, no, I don't think that would work. I was like, I could try to put this in here, but I don't think that it would fit at the end. There's just too much noise in that sample. I'd have to extract too much of it. Anyway, that is the song for today. It was a strange one, but it was a good one. I'm actually pretty pleased with how it turned out considering the circumstances of the first 45 minutes. Housekeeping stuff. Hey, if you want to, you do? Okay, well, let's work with that. I've got time to mess with it. No, I like that. I like the sample a lot. I just don't know if it would fit, and that's the problem. And also, I kind of screwed this up when it comes to injecting a sample at the end because the reverb is in the master channel. Remember when I was talking about only using the master channel effects if you know what you're doing? Apparently, I don't know what I'm doing. So, I mean, I can take this, export. I'm gonna try to make it work. I'm just gonna do a very simple thing to test it and see if it works. If it doesn't work, that's okay. If it does work, then that's cool. So what I'm gonna basically do is I'm going to import the sample just right in here, just as an extra layer, and then I'll see if I can add it at the end without it being too obtrusive. And yeah, so anyway, I can do the general other stuff. If you want to get in touch with me, you can reach me at Twitter at Ben_Burns. That's BURNES. I am always available, and I'm happy to talk and answer questions and just have a good old time. If you wanted to download this song and support me, you can go to patreon.com/Ben_Burns. Why does this look truncated? Because I'm soloed. Okay, well, that's not going to work. Let's try rendering this again. Except I won't be able to render it because I'm using it. Now let's try rendering this again. Yeah, so you can support me on Patreon, patreon.com/Ben_Burns. I both do music every week like this, which you can use, download. There's over 100 songs in there now. You can download them and use them in any of your creative projects. If you have a podcast or a video game that you're working on, you can take any of these and use them in your projects. Aside from that, thanks for hanging out. I guess I really appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun. It was super cool to make this song. It was definitely a bit of a different fare than the other tracks of the past couple weeks, but I think that's a good thing. Like, I feel like, and I talked about this before, I feel like if I have too many quote unquote good songs in a row, I start to psych myself out, and then I just make a really bad one. And I don't want to make a really bad one. I want to make consistently good ones, and then sometimes one that's not as great, because that happens. Okay, first of all, since we're over here, we need to get rid of these.
Shot at being original. You know, they got motivation too. You know, they got motivation.
Actually, I kind of like that.
People that are different have a shot at being original. You know, they got
I think I'm actually going to keep that. I think that's super cool. But I'm going to make it a little bit easier. Yeah.
people that are different have a shot at being original. You know, they got motivation too. You know, they got motivation.
I'm going to do a little bit of pitch bending and stuff on it just to make it fit a little bit better, but
People that are different have a shot at being original. You know, they got motivation too. You know, they got motivation.
yeah, I actually really like that a lot. So it's a little extra step in the process, but I think that it's worth it.
They got motivation.
Plus that reverb tail is still going just a little bit. Okay, so then this will be the end of the song. So this will be the actual render. Final. And yeah, I think that this was a really cool song, and I really appreciate everybody for swinging by, hanging out, saying hello, and offering your amazing feedback, because honestly, this song would not exist if you hadn't helped me out of the hole that I dug myself into on this one. So I really appreciate that. But yeah, that is today's stream, I think. I don't think there's anything else gonna happen. So I'm going to work on getting this posted up to YouTube, up to the Patreon, all that good stuff. And I know I've been really bad at my Saturday streams. I'm gonna try to get better at it. I've either lacked the motivation or the mental capacity to do a Saturday stream, but that's slowly changing. I'm starting to get my groove back a little bit. So I'm going to try to do Saturday streams. It might not be Color Jumper. It might be just more creative music stuff or something, but I just need to get out and do it. So hopefully I'll see all you on Saturday. Otherwise, I hope you all have a great week. It's been really great fun to hang out with you guys. As always, it's been a pleasure. And hopefully we can get together next Wednesday and make another song, if not. So take care. Have a good week. See you later. Bye.